So Tommy Robinson has been arrested once again. Let's get into this, guys. So guys, Tommy Robinson has literally been arrested today on the 4th of August. By the time I release this, is going to be the 5th of August. So when you see this, it's going to be yesterday. So if I say today, guys, it's because I'm literally filming this on the dates happening. But he's been arrested, and this is after an incident that happened in St. Pancras station. So basically, I'm going to show you guys what the media showed us. And this is the only footage that's out there of this incident. Now, when I first saw this, the first thing that came to mind is you f***ed around, you found out. I shouldn't be laughing, but this is the definition of you fucked around and you found out. Now, obviously, the media is going to put out, headlines like this, painting out Tommy Robinson to be the aggressor. But I've actually sat down and I've had conversations with Tommy Robinson. I had a conversation with him whilst he was in jail. And let me tell you, I was really assessing Tommy Robinson. I was more quiet than I was talking. I was really assessing him so I can truly get my own judgment. Because anytime I did see him was always in passing. And I can assure you that Tommy Robinson does not strike me as someone who's an aggressor. He doesn't strike me as someone who just goes around punching people, especially when he actually explained just how much he has on his plate and just how much he has to lose and just how much the establishment is watching him like this is flipping Big Brother. He just wouldn't go around doing that. If anything, Tommy Robinson actually strikes me as like a cushy teddy bear. He's really such a nice, sweet, humble man and an accountable man. So when I saw this footage, I just knew, okay, this person definitely antagonized Tommy Robinson. No person who just came out of jail is going to go around punching people. And again, the establishment, the media who works for the establishment, of course, they're going to go out of the way to try to paint him out to be an aggressor, which at this point is just boring. Like, no one's even believing it. For instance, I'm seeing comments on the Shade Borough that were saying things like, why would they do that? Oh, they definitely antagonized him. Like, no one's buying it anymore. Now, Don Keith, who is one of Tommy Robinson's friends, actually explained what actually happened at St. Pancras, and this is what he had to say. So guys, I can see everywhere on the news that Tommy Robinson has been bailed out. So rather than putting Don Keith's testimony of what happened, I'm just going to give you the testimony that Tommy Robinson posted a couple hours ago. So yeah, update, Tommy Robinson has been bailed out of jail.
Good morning, everybody. United Kingdom, September 13th. Have you heard about that? If you want on these, you get them at nationwear.co.uk. I've got my baseball cap, UTK. Everything's ready. So, I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you to every single person who blindly defended me. Everyone who I watched, commentator after commentator. I was told by my solicitors, don't open your mouth for the minute here after this incident happened. I'm going to be honest, possibly one of the worst weeks of my life. I was worried, very worried. I thought I was being stitched up. I didn't think they'd have the CCTV. I was detained yesterday on GBH Section 18 and I was interviewed. And what my request would be right now is release the footage for the public to see, okay? That's what everyone needs to see, the footage. Not that little clip, you need to see the footage. Don't listen to the accounts given in newspapers. You need to see the footage, okay? What the footage will show you is that I was walking home, another gentleman who come off the train, and he should be leaving St. Pancras, saw me, followed me, confronted me, got hair in my face for minutes. Yeah, I tried to get away from him. I tried everything. I tried telling him to leave me alone. I warned him so many times, please get away, stop accosting me, right? Leave me alone. He threatened me. He continually chased me, basically, yeah? Until the point when we get to the top of the stairs, which is where there are some accounts of what happened, but no one's seeing what happened previously. Thank God it's on CCTV. You can see him harassing me in my face so much, yeah? And you can see me trying to get away so much. So, at which point, the only time when I didn't defend myself, even though I probably should have when you watch the footage. I should have done it a minute before. I didn't defend myself until it became to a physical confrontation, till he came at me, and as he comes at me, I defended myself. That's it. And that's what's on camera. He charges at me, Doesn't just come at me, he charges at me, yeah, with his hands up. So, listen, I wish him well. I do not blame that gentleman because he's been lied to by a fake news media. He's been told I'm Satan. He's been told I'm someone I'm not. So I don't blame him. Yeah. At the same time, I'm not a human punchbag. I have to be able to walk the streets. I think, unfortunately, I've come to the realisation now I can't walk the streets because the worry and fear I've had for the last 7 days. Let me get some other points clear. Yeah. I contacted the police. Me. Straight away. Okay. I told them exactly what I saw on the CCTV yesterday, exactly what I told them. I was trying to get home, I was accosted, I was followed, I was threatened, I was harassed. And then in the end, I had to defend myself. That's exactly what the footage shows. Okay? Now, I don't believe there's even a complainant in this case. So I've been arrested. I don't believe there's a complainant. I believe when the complainant sees the footage, he was drunk. He's going to have woke up with a sore head, right? But he was drunk as well. But I think when he sees the footage, I don't believe there's a complainant in this case. But I can't go into other details due to my bail conditions, but I've been released on bail till 2nd September. As I said, thank you, because all the people who blindly defended me, you know who I am. You know, I just don't go around punching people. Come on, man. In fact, I take a lot of criticism. I take a lot of abuse. I don't react with them. I react with them when it's last resort and I need to defend myself.
So Don Keith basically confirmed what we all had been thinking, well, what we all knew, which was Tommy Robinson didn't start this. The minute I saw this video, I just immediately knew that the establishment was going to try to use this as an excuse to try to bang him up again. And they did exactly that. Again, the media was trying to say that he ran away and he was trying to run away from the police and he was escaping the police. No, he didn't. That trip had always been planned. As you even heard Don Keith say himself that this trip was planned.
Video footage out there that vindicates Tommy Robinson and corroborates his side of the story. And this deal about him fleeing the country, just like they did in Southport, they said he fled the country. That was bogus. We know that. He had a planned vacation with his family. You don't plan a vacation to another country in a day's time. That vacation had been planned for months. I spoke with Tommy about that vacation long before he went during those Southport riots. They're doing the same thing here. Tommy has work obligations. That's why he's not in the country. They want you to believe that he's fleeing from justice. That's not the case. So don't believe anything you hear in the media. The truth will come out. And if you happen to be a witness out there who saw this and you think you're going to lie.
Not only that, but I actually wanted to do an interview with Tommy Robinson, and I was informed that he was going to travel during this week. So he couldn't do it. So this trip was always pre-planned. I can confirm that. So for the media to trying to paint it out as if he's run away, they're just trying to do Southport 2.0. Literally, that's what they're trying to do. Now, in light of the situation, I just want to make it very clear that I am not biased. So because I'm not a biased person, the same rule applies to everybody, and I just feel as though Tommy Robinson just shouldn't have done that. I know he's probably thinking, he said, why did I do that? I could have done something different to resolve the situation. And not only that, but I think it's so important for us. I know we're living in a time where we're extremely frustrated by what's going on in this country, but it's so important for us to not give the media and the establishment exactly what they are looking for, which is to act out violently. Now, I'm not saying this to like condemn Tommy Robinson and say he's a horrible person. I'm just saying he's a human being, and he's probably looking at the situation thinking, I've made a mistake. Because again, when I visited him in jail, Tommy Robinson strikes me as someone who's very accountable. He'll be like, do you know, I've made so many mistakes. I've done this was wrong. This was wrong. Like, he really, does that. So, but at the same time, you just can't go around antagonizing someone who just came out of jail. You can't go around antagonizing someone who's fresh out of solitary confinement. You can't go out and be antagonizing someone who literally the establishment trying to crucify him, essentially. So on the one hand, I'm like, oh, Tommy, why did you do that? Because I just don't believe in violence. But on the other hand, it's like, what else are you supposed to do when you've just come out of solitary confinement? You know there's communities that are out to literally kill you. You know the establishment is out to get you. Of course you're going to be paranoid, and of course your first thought is going to be to defend yourself. Not only that, when you go back to the video, clearly explain that Tommy Robinson tried to tell this person to go away maybe about 4 times, and they didn't listen. So yes, it is self-defense. Second of all, we need to see the CCTV footage, okay? The CCTV footage at every corner of the UK, especially with this whole surveillance thing that they're doing. They're even doing it on social media. So there's no way there's not other footages of what actually happened. And they need to release that ASAP, Rocky. They need to release that. Okay. If they don't release it, this is going to be the greatest example of the establishment covering things up. Okay, because something is telling me they're going to do that. Something is telling me they're going to try to hide or maybe alter the footage of what really happened. And if they do that, people are going to know. We are going to know. And it's going to cause serious problems, and it's going to cause serious civil unrest, because Tommy Robinson, believe it or not, does have a huge support from the UK. Don't ever get it twisted. I know we might see people hating on him online. We might see people like Piers Morgan saying, crazy things about him, but the support that Tommy Robinson has is only increasing. Uh, Now, what does this mean for the 13th of September? Well, the show must go on, always. He wasn't able to attend the last event and we all smashed it. So this one, whether he's there, whether he's not, he has to attend. But let's just all pray that this gets sorted before the 13th. But the only way this can get sorted is if the CCTV evidence comes out to prove that Tommy Robertson was trying to defend himself. Now, to end this video, should Tommy Robertson have done that? No, because we just do not condone violence. But on the one hand, knowing what he's been through and knowing what he's experienced, I've only heard a fraction from his point of view. When you've lived the life that he's lived, when you've literally had people try to kill him, when you've literally had the establishment trying to crucify him, and it's still ongoing, you're gonna have to defend yourself. And let's just pray that Tommy Robinson comes across a jury or a judge that can see that this situation was self-defense. Now, guys, if you guys want more videos like this, do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye, guys.